Hello students, welcome back to Friend for Learning channel. Today our topic is making a whole. We are going to learn how half and half are put together to make a whole. How quarters are put together to make one whole. Let's get started with some real life examples. Before we start, I want you to just familiarize yourself with this fraction 1 by 2. So we write half as 1 by 2, means one part of the two parts. And this is called quarter. And quarter is written as 1 by 4, means one part out of 4 parts. Now look at this shape. This is a square shape. So this is one whole, means it is a complete square. Now let's split this into halves. Now have a look. I have split this square into halves. This is one half and this is another half. So half plus half makes a whole. So we write this as half plus half equals one whole. Now let's try splitting this square into quarters. You can see I have split this square into 4 quarters. 1, 2, 3 and 4. So the 4 quarters are put together to form a whole. This is one quarter. This is another quarter. So quarter and quarter makes half. And this is another quarter. So we made 3/4. Quarter and quarter is half. Plus another quarter is 3 by 4. 1, 2 and 3. 3 by 4. And now I finally add the last quarter. I made a whole. So 4 quarters together make a whole. This can be written as quarter plus quarter plus quarter plus quarter equals one whole. Let's have a look at another example. This is a rectangle. Let's try splitting this into halves. I have split this rectangle into halves. So this is one half and this is another half. When I put both the halves together, I make a whole. Now let's try splitting this into quarters. Now I have split this rectangle into quarters. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. 4 quarters make one whole rectangle. This is one quarter. I add one more quarter to it. It makes half. To this half, I add one more quarter. It makes 3/4. Now to this 3/4, I add one more quarter. Therefore, I make a whole. So quarter plus quarter plus quarter plus quarter equals one whole. Also, you can replace the 2 quarters by a half. Something like this. I remove one quarter, I remove another quarter and I replace it by a half. Quarter plus half equals one whole. So you can replace the other side. I replace these 2/4 by a half. This. So I made half plus half equals 1 whole. Now look at this example. This is a circle. 2 halves form a circle. I can replace this half with 2/4. This is 1/4. I made 3/4, that is half plus quarter is 3/4. Now to this I add one more quarter. I make a whole. Half plus quarter equals whole. I will replace this half with quarters. I move this. I made 3/4 of a circle. Now I add another quarter to make it a whole. We made one whole. Quarter plus quarter plus quarter plus quarter equals 1 whole. Or you can say half plus half equals 1 whole. This is a square. I split it into 2 parts, that is half, and now I put it together. So I make a whole. I will split this into quarters. I replace this triangle with 2 quarters. This 1/4. We made 3/4 half, and quarter we made 3/4. And this is another quarter. We made a whole. Now let's try splitting up the other half. Remove these half and replace it with 2 quarters. This is 1/4. This is another quarter. Quarter plus quarter plus quarter plus quarter, we made 1 whole. Now test your knowledge. We have 1/4. How much more is required to make 1 whole? Well done. So 1/4 plus 3/4 makes a whole. Now look at this. Half plus dash makes a whole. Excellent. Half plus half equals 1 whole. Now pay attention to this. 3/4 plus dash makes a whole. Excellent. 3/4 plus quarter makes a whole. Well done, students. You rock. Thanks for being with me. Stay safe. Catch you later. Have a good day.